Good morning. Welcome back to the hangar, everybody. And first off, I want to say a huge thank you to everybody because wow, that's awesome seeing all the positive reaction to both the giveaway and then Heatblur stepping in and adding 5 more to the mix. As of this morning, so I always film this on Saturdays. As of this morning, there was over 330 entries into the giveaway, so that's awesome. So really cool of Heatblur to help out with that, and good luck to all of you that entered. So as of this video, the entries will be closed, and we'll pull the winners here. You guys can expect a video around midweek as far as pulling all the winners, and then I'll reach out to all you guys via email and get all the prizes handed out. So that's awesome. And based on the reaction to this, maybe in the future I can open this up to not only other DCS modules, but I don't know, maybe a t-shirt or something like that. We'll have to figure out the logistics of that, because sometimes stuff going international gets a little sticky with customs, but we'll see. So awesome. Let me show you what we got going on over at the F-4. All right, so we're here back at the test bench, and Crew Chief Al was able to find a taxi light for us that does operate on 24 volts. Now, this thing is only rated for 150 watts, which is well within the limits of these big transformer rectifiers. Now, these will produce 100 amps, which at 28 volts is 2.8 kilowatts. So again, that light is well within the rating of these transformer rectifiers, and got it switched. So this will work out beautifully for us once we fire up the NC8 and roll it over. So that's what we got going on. Now, pending this, as long as these test out good, and these are on the little fan casings just to keep things cool and not light anything on fire or overheat anything. Pending the results of this, we're going to test both. We're going to put those back in the jet along with the, where'd it go? There it is. With the ground power transformer rectifier, put circuit breaker panel number 3 back in and try to do a ground test and see what we got from there. So we're going to get this done.
With 32 open, down to 29 loaded. Okay. All right.
Couple months.
Excellent. You local here then?
Yes.
Good. How long is your school out there? 2 years?
It's 18 months.
Okay. I don't fly enough. I got it down right now for maintenance. I'm putting another radio in. I have some electrical problems. But I like to stay at least 3-4 hours a month just to try to stick to business. I'll be away for 3 months, and the first time I get back to my contract,
was a really good test. Now that was a really good test. So now we're gonna start putting stuff back in the jet. So for those of you curious, these are the two connectors at the bottom of circuit panel 3 right there. So those had to get plugged back in, and they have very little movement. So it was fun trying to finagle that in. Sorry I didn't have a good camera angle to see that. And then further up, you got this guy that's kind of tucked behind the test receptacles here. What is interesting, in the -1 for the crew, it says that if this plug is loose, that the generators could drop offline in flight, and because this is one of the test plugs. So that's in there nice. All right, she's looking good. But yeah, panel 3, everybody. All right, she is back to normal-ish. So the flight director computer, it's a ASN 63, ASN 74, that's all back together. Not that I think that any of this is still functional to this day, but it's part of the jet, so it stays put. Awesome. Now to go ground side and reinstall the ground power transformer rectifier, and then what we plan on doing is bringing up the mains, and there's enough leads, there's enough length on all the leads that we can hook it up safely and power everything without having to completely remount them into place. So that's what we plan on doing. All right, now another good news as far as our aircraft tug goes, the master cylinder is finally here, and so we can get to that at some point. We're not dealing with that this week though. We're trying to get this electrical system sorted out. So let's go back over to that hangar. All right, guys, so what we've been chasing down for the last hour is right here, this DC Essential Bus relay. And what that does is that right-hand transformer rectifier, so this guy, the one that got reworked, when that energizes, that powers the essential DC bus, which is a lot of the critical stuff needed for flight. And then after we get good power, this DC Essential Bus relay closes, and then the right main power, TR powers the right main DC bus. That's unlike the left main, where the left main directly powers the left main DC bus. What we need to verify, and what took us a long time to find, is 4K403. That's a relay up in door 19, which is way up there, and it's kind of buried, and it's part of all this logic, and we actually found it. There you go, 4K403, and I'll climb up there in a minute and see if I can stick this in there and show you guys, but that's it. And it's, as you can see, that looks like a real joy to get to. Alright, so let's go up topside. Alright, so here we are, door 19, which is right behind the back seat. And down here, if you guys remember the other week, we pulled this radio out to give us some room. And let me pull out the flashlight. And let's see if I can illuminate things in here for you guys. All right. It is that guy way over there. So if I come back up here, so I gotta go in, forward, and right there. Now I have my hand on it, and for some perspective, that's what we got to deal with to get that out and to test that. All right, so the issue that we are thinking that may be affecting this, because if that relay does not operate properly, the right main TR will not apply power to the right main DC bus. So what happens with relays over time, especially if they're old? So what happens, you got the sets of contacts in there that get pulled in magnetically. So you got a control wire that makes it go click. And what happens when it goes click is it slams the contacts together. Well, whenever they have live power on it, that's an F-16. I think. Sounded big. Cool. Anyway, like I was saying, whenever you have contacts with live power slamming together, whenever they're in transit and they get close enough, what happens is you get a little arc, just kind of like static electricity, but it's stronger. But you get a little electrical arc, and what that does is over time, so what happens over time is those arcs will start to erode and start pitting the contact material, which is usually copper, and it starts to erode and pit and also oxidizes it. And oxidized copper does not conduct very well, so you want nice, good, clean surfaces. But as relays age and enough cycles of that, the contacts don't conduct effectively, and that's what we think may be happening. The other failure mode for relays is the electromagnet that makes the contacts move. Sometimes those fail, and even if you put power on them, they'll never close. So we're thinking to pull this and to test it and to make sure, and possibly and some of the larger relays are able to get popped open, and you can actually clean the contacts with like some special files that don't leave any deposits behind it, can cause corrosion themselves. So nothing like, no like steel or iron files to clean these things. So that's what we're dealing with. All right, so that was the big engine you guys heard earlier. It was not an F-16. Something a little smaller, but still just as noisy. That's an A4 Skyhawk. That's a TA4 Skyhawk. Let's go check that out one day. All right, everybody. That's all we have from the hangar this week. It's been a long but very productive day as far as coming up with a game plan and putting components back into the aircraft. Now, as far as the giveaway goes, pay attention for later in the week where I do a video where we pull the winners. Probably talk either the lovely Mrs. Diesel Thunder or Crew Chief Al into drawing the names out so we can announce the winners. So looking forward to that. Good luck to all of you that entered. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.